World Card Game Federation here with another local match. I finally get to take on good old James, and you guys probably noticed we are actually sharing a mastery because though James has set 10, he's a lazy bum. I'm kidding, but hadn't cut his out yet. So I get to go first on the roll, and I just noticed how lopsided our camera is sitting. I'm barely even in the shot. So I'm playing, of course, Vegeta. I get to put out that new Saiyan drill, the one that helps me with rejuvenation. The catch is it won't matter much because I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on level 1. That's kind of stinky, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and pass Rejuvenate Energy Block, which is the most useless card in the world against Nappa. So it looks like James drew a couple of awesome early game cards.
And then you be like, and it's before it's Super Nintendo days? I know. Well, I mean, this is the whole time.
You guys ever listen to Gangplank Galleon, the last
So how long is that share? So it's like 30 minutes.
Okay, he's going to put Saiyan and Rage into play. Turles is going to come into play, which is pretty sweet.
Mine's only 2 minutes. I know.
So not bad. Powers up Nappa and Turles. So you guys know, of course, for anybody who's been paying attention this whole time, that Nappa here is setting up for some really heavy action because, you know, as long as he's got boosting capabilities like good old Turles out, make things a little rougher for me.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. Maybe I would call it a joke, but it's mean. I will declare combat.
Okay, I did power up, and apparently I'm going to go and declare combat. I am going to apparently draw a card and discard a card. Okay, Saiyan Obstruction gets discarded and goes to the bottom of my deck because of its own effect. And then he's going to go ahead and drop his energy block. You know, he got to draw and discard, which helped to weed out his hand a bit.
Actually, I drew a really good card.
Yeah, he did. It was an excellent gamble, and it paid off. He ended up dropping Saiyan Energy Deflection, which, like we said, against us isn't going to happen. Oh, you know, I just realized I probably should have put a disclaimer on the beginning part of this match. So this is the technically illegal build I did of Vegeta, the one that has a Heroes Only card, because I just didn't read it. Yeah, so I ended up putting in Sword Skill, attaching it, and I drew a card.
Oh, I'm going to try to make the first strike.
Okay, James is going to go ahead and throw... I genuinely forget the name of this card. I hate to say it. It's just a 5 flat stage physical that lets him search for a Saiyan ally. I wished I could remember it as any other sort of details, but I have not yet been able to. So if you guys are paying attention to this one, like we said, we had this particular Vegeta build built mostly for, like we said, to mimic a friend's deck from way back. It was good times, you know, just reliving all this stuff. I'm clearly not a Vegeta villain Suicide Saiyan deck expert, as you might have guessed from what you're seeing. So I take a decent sized amount of damage because of the flat 5 stage and because of the boost from Turles. Okay, so we're going to wait for James to go ahead and finish shuffling here. It's going to go back over to me.
Odds are I'm not going to get off. I've always come to terms with this. So, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to just raise myself 2 stages.
Okay, he's going to, instead of raising his anger, he's going to go ahead and gain 2 stages, which is a good idea, especially early combat. Oh, wow, we knocked the camera even a little further over, so not of a gun.
Yes, I'm... what are you at? Steve? 4,000?
Pretty much.
Okay, I assume I passed or rejuvenated that last action. My apologies, I must have not been paying close enough attention.
I know this sounds really weird.
Okay, he's going to go ahead and Saiyan and Rage just for the sake of drawing a card, which is actually a pretty good idea. My guess is that James here was thinking about, does he have enough blocks in his hand to be able to slow down my momentum?
It's going to help me out.
So he is stronger than me. He gets to draw a card, and I want to say he drew a block there or an attack. Always a Saiyan Energy Web, which is just as good.
I will throw a Vegeta Crown Prince, his physical attack, or his man.
Okay, I throw my Vegeta power, level 1.
That doesn't make me sad.
I can make it do that.
Oh, if it hits.
Yeah, that's a one-time power.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the main attraction of this drill. You remember, it's the one that lets me make an attack skip on a block. Ah, there it is. Remember we were talking about this? We said, does James have enough blocks to slow down my momentum? So sadly, that one's not triggered by the mastery. Excuse me, the mastery doesn't trigger, neither does the drill, so I don't get to make him skip. Okay, he's going to go ahead and fire off. Ooh, look at this guy. Flat stage damage. He's got a good buff on it from his allies, but still, it's not anything without clinch.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that hit, apparently, and I take it all with barricade. I keep calling it that, and that's not what it is.
That's 5.
So I managed to wick off the damage pretty readily. Yeah, I do have an energy attack in my hand, which apparently I took too long. Okay, I attach another Saiyan sword skill. I get to draw a card, and now I have 2 energy attacks in my hand with no stages. That's what I get. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and throw a Saiyan Key Web at me.
4 life and 4 stages.
4 life and 4 stages, son of a gun, so it's actually a pretty decently sizable hit here. And not seeing any endurance coming off here, so I'm just going to soak all that up. Ow. That was kind of terrible. I lose my one little bitty anger. So this has been an interesting first combat here. Yeah, throw a Saiyan Skull Jab. Because it does not have anger in it, I'm going to go ahead and raise my anger 1 level. I sure hope I remember to do that.
I'm going to go with AVP.
No, AVP is not a word.
Well, I mean,
Come on.
No, this game is actually
Saiyan Oppressive Vegeta.
Okay, I should actually have 2 anger because I should have one from level 1 Vegeta's power. Remember, it doesn't have the word anger anywhere in the box.
Does Mario want to give it a try?
And let's see if I ever catch that 2 anger. Come on.
That's 3 life.
Let's see, so the mastery makes you skip. I'm just trying to think all the stuff that goes on. And because there's
Ah, good, I remembered. Alright, good stuff. So it's not a bad strategy. I need a little bit of a discard pile to get this train rolling. So I do throw the Saiyan Skull Jab at him. It's going to raise my anger automatically because of level 1 power. And then it's going to go ahead and get the hit and the shuffle, which is an excellent card to knock off of his deck, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I didn't get my first
Okay,
one.
and I'm going to go ahead and...
Well, AVP.
Oh, I don't know why I just grabbed that random event from my discard pile. Can you tell it was one of the last nights of the matches of the night?
So I'm going to shuffle it because of Skull Jab.
Oh, there we go. Glad James is paying better attention than I am.
When you played it.
Uh-oh. Do not tell me I kept that in there. Oh, thank God. Whew.
What I actually rejuvenated was Saiyan.
Okay, there we go.
I went 1 too many.
Ridiculous. This happens when you play when you're dead tired, fellas.
And that makes you skip, and then I get 2 anger.
Well, you get 1 anger.
1 anger, excuse me.
I should have 2 anger because I'm waiting for him to skip, actually.
And the skips don't stack, or else the sword skills would have just done that.
And
It's a good thing skips don't stack. Yeah, I really should have got some power stages so I could have used that.
You hit me with something that hit me with 8. What was 8?
See, this one be a really
The Key Web, it was 4 and 4. I don't know why I forgot that. You're watching me forget a bunch of stuff. I probably could have activated the...
Well, let's see. I believe I made you skip. Yeah, so it goes back to me.
I don't think I've used Nappa yet.
Okay, sadly, I don't think I took enough damage to use Saiyan Crunch, I think is what that one's called.
This is the game.
This one lets me banish, on hit to be able to pull out a card. It's for late game. Oh, okay. So apparently I'm going to go ahead and be a doofus and face strike.
They even have it on
This sounds like where I shot myself in the foot.
I'm going to go ahead and do a...
No, I mean on cross. Yeah.
See, because I'm going to have to resolve this here.
I was going to say...
I guess I technically, if it hits him, I guess I could technically trigger the...
Saiyan face strike. Or
What do they call that?
Enemy in the game that got it
What
on it.
order all the hit effects go in?
yeah, I guess it would hit you.
No, I guess it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I'll let it hit me for nothing.
Okay. So I'm trying to think about all the things that would happen.
Yeah, this is where I'm getting confused again. So no, Vegeta's power doesn't trigger. Sword skill does trigger.
You gain 1, maybe ultimately...
Yeah, ultimately I ended with 3 because of the skip. Yeah, couldn't have done that any worse at all. I probably should have just went with some power stages and just been able to keep up my attack. I really didn't think this one that far ahead.
Skips. No, I don't think this comes back.
I don't think I did either. I don't know why that's on there.
make
But
it
I'm just gonna go.
So I rejuvenate apparently in my action I got for him skipping, which, wow, is a real doofus move. That's, you think, wow, is combat basically over because of how little that did for the flow of this game?
Yeah, you're right. I still have that because I can do the same thing to you.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and rejuvenate,
Stages, which makes you
make me lose 2 stages because I actually don't have the stages to do this.
And, yeah.
let's see what we got going on
I think
here.
that's it.
Okay.
That's the end of that comment.
Kept you on level 1.
Yeah, that was a heck of a thing. That was not a simple task.
Well, I could have got my way out of that one had I simply planned things better and didn't bother with the anger. See, because I could basically have gone for power stages on the skip in order to keep, the whole freight train running. I didn't do it. So James has very little incentive to stay here and not jump in on this combat. In this turn, I don't think he would skip it. Yeah. Okay, he's going to go ahead and draw and discard because he does have a couple of energy blocks. He probably isn't going to need all that much. There you go. Energy block.
I will also draw a card and discard it.
No, I mean,
Okay, I get to do my when entering now. I'm going to draw a card, discard a card. Good, good. I got rid of Prep Ball, which, yes, that's my illegal card. I'm looking right at it. Everybody knows. Okay, so let's see what I got here. I drew a decent hand, nothing fantastic. I'm going to be able to get off of level 1 pretty readily, but I might get stranded on level 2 in this combat. There's a good chance of it.
So you have the opening move.
Okay, so let's see.
Shake hands, spit in each other's mouths.
do I just want to do that, ditch that?
Yeah, let's see what James opens up with here.
I'm going to keep that for a rainy day.
He's going to hold on to. He's going to do back crash. Okay, a 9-stage physical. I'm going to have to take it because this deck build, you can tell I don't know what the heck I'm doing because the damage I'm taking doesn't make any sense compared to how little damage output I'm putting out. Don't make no darn sense.
Who the heck do you think you are?
Okay, so I crit my anger down, and it unfortunately makes me skip because that was a styled attack, and it goes back to James. He goes for the stages, not the anger. So he gets his second action here.
Well, actually, I'm at 3 anger. I might as well go up to 4.
Oh, he is going to go ahead. Okay, he throws his Nappa power. Hits me for quite a few stages.
Okay. This is all Volker, I want you to know. Betsy, I will.
Okay, he's done making me skip for a minute.
Raise my anger 1 level.
You were like a son to me.
Oh gosh, so he's going to go ahead and stop it with a Saiyan and Rage, which means, yes, you know it already. He's going to go ahead and start reaching for clinch, and that's where the game sort of snowballs in that direction.
That you wouldn't dare. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, so you know what? This attack hasn't done that yet. I will go ahead and.
Okay, made him skip, of course, with Sword Skill, made that skip. I face strike, level up.
What's going to happen?
Ultimately, I'll end up with 1 after the skip that comes with it from the mastery.
I be that guy.
So we'll just do it at the right time, though. We said we're on camera, let's do it right as best we can.
Unfortunately, I did lose my corruption.
Okay, yeah, because you still get the Razor Anger 1. So you're gonna do the Razor 2.
Let's see what we got going on here. Got to work out that I am going to get my skips pretty much no matter what. Drill or no drill, mastery or no mastery.
Oh no, without anger. Yeah, you're right.
So,
yeah.
what was I going to say? So, yeah, I do attack.
Raise 2. Let's see if there's no. You lose this.
Yes. 1, 2.
My son grew before my eyes. He's so beautiful.
Sorry, folks, I had to put a cat up. Okay, so,
This is gonna be AT. I'm in B to your C.
wow, B to C, nice. With my transformation, it actually has a little bit of stage damage behind it.
Okay, lower my anger 2.
Okay, lower my anger 2.
And then, of course,
Journalist has some.
He's got a few power stages to spare, so he's going to channel that there. Alright, he's going to go ahead and make him skip from the mastery.
then it goes back over to me. I throw.
And then I get to throw a Saiyan Gut Kick next, which is pretty sweet.
Let's see, that's going to be. I'm still at C.
I'm still in B. So that's only 2, so it'll be 16.
6 power stages.
Yeah, that's amazing how hard I've had to hit him in order to do almost no damage.
Do I?
Well, I guess he could.
We will skip.
Okay.
So it skips me.
And then it goes back to me.
You get
It
anger.
skips me.
You
Oh, nice. Okay, so we did a pair of skipping there. We got a block that skipped. So it's going to go ahead and skip me, skip him, and then that means everybody gets an anger. He does level up on
You
it.
skip and then it's back
So
to
he,
you.
Oh, it is finally your turn.
all right, and because of the way those skips lined up, it is actually his at next action. Okay, he's going to throw his level 2 Nappa power, which is actually a pretty good move at this point.
25,000.
All the damage that he could potentially put out with all of his guys in play.
So it's gonna be 5 to do it all together. Actually, yeah, the 5 because.
Okay, so 5 total stages without all the ridiculous buffs.
Take that, Vegeta.
attack you with Vegeta's physical.
Okay, so Vegeta's physical goes off, which is pretty sweet. And to my knowledge, it's going to do 4 power stages.
Do you not have
But on the hit, it's going to add that damage for the remainder of combat, you know, for all my hits.
Sure what.
So everything gets a +1/+1, provided it raises my anger. And,
Your attacks that raise your anger also do a stage.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
so it takes a smidge of damage.
And sword skill makes you
Okay, sword skill does activate even on non-style to make some skip.
no.
And let's see what I have, if I have any kind of thing left.
What's your power level again right now?
11.
Okay, 11,000. I'm just trying to think.
Are you above 10?
No, at this point I believe I'm not stronger than him,
Yeah, you can gain.
which is kind of ridiculous. It's like, thanks, Saiyan Saga Vegeta.
Oh, that is just bullcrap. I guess I'll gain the anger. And it goes back to me. Saiyan grab, it's not unstoppable.
Oh man, I missed my chance to throw an unstoppable.
I don't think I can really do it. So,
Not very strong. I think we're in the same. No, we're not in the same.
yeah, you're in.
Okay, so that one does not raise my anger, so it doesn't get the damage bonus.
You're in B. Okay, so that does nothing. But you draw.
Hit makes you skip. So I raise
Yep.
Okay, so remember, of course, it's going to make him skip, so I do get to draw on the hit for saying grab. It goes back to me, I raise my anger. I throw an elbow drop,
and I'm not very strong.
and it's not very much of a big hit. Can you guys believe the sheer volume of attacks I've thrown in this game that have had basically no effect?
No, just raise my anger.
That's a shockingly large amount of those. Okay, so he absorbs his damage on King Vegeta.
No, it. Oh no,
It forces him to skip, so I do get to keep my elbow drop, but I am officially level 3. Sadly, I'm not getting any damage bonus at all from his level 3. Unhelpful.
It's one of those I've already won. He just doesn't know it yet because I got that. I can get a clench at the end of the
Yeah, that's one of these days, like we said, there's going to be an easy answer to clinch, and then the Nappa deck kind of just goes back to the mid card, to use wrestling parlance.
Raise your anger. It doesn't raise my anger, so I don't get the big bonus. I'm at 150,000 AT plus 3. No, it doesn't raise my anger, so I don't get my bonus from my level 2.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying you're.
So I want to say I'm at 150,000 or 125, something right about there. So can you guys believe how many attacks I've pumped out in this game that haven't landed for much of any damage at all? You're like, hey, isn't Nappa like a really low-level character? Oh, he prevents all the damage on that one. Sword skill does get the hit effect, so I do get to go ahead and make him skip. I get an anger. I'm going to go ahead and rejuvenate the top card of, bottom card of my discard pile with the mastery, make him lose 2 stages.
Turn deserves another.
Okay, he's going to go ahead and use the mastery as well, force me to lose 2 power stages. I should probably track that he made me lose those 2 stages. Remember, oh come on, adjust those dice. So we have a pretty interesting fight going on here, at least somewhat.
Only clenches were coming up. Kind of sad about that. I had a Vegeta coming. Oh, it was going to use.
So he's going to go ahead and resolve it and attach clinch at the end of combat with the effect of Saiyan and Rage. You remember, of course, his modifiers for flat stage damage attacks are going to be doubled.
Barely hurt him.
It's because of your hair. Big ball. No. Don't give away my weakness.
So we're just talking about how hard I've had to work to do virtually no damage. Once upon a time in a previous version of this build, the Saiyan, villain Vegeta, for this one, the Suicide build, used to pump out 10, 12, 13, 14 power stage physicals pretty much without fail. There's a code to be cracked, I'm just not sure what it was. By the way, everyone should note I did actually forget to lower my stages, but with my PUR I would have ended up in the same place either way. Very good. The inspection drill actually should have stayed in my hand. James is going to remember this sooner than I will. So I'm not sure if we're going to... And I really had the gall to put that particular card away, knowing full well I'm going to need it for drawing and discarding for hand filtering. What the heck did I hold on to that was so important? Okay, goes back over to James. Got to go ahead and power up his allies.
We're talking about how ineffective I've been in killing you. I was thinking about...
Oh yeah, great measure for how ineffective I've been in doing damage. Those should have fell off when I did critical damage. I did like 5, 6 attacks in that combat. I'm still wearing both my sword skills. That doesn't show you about how little offense I put out. as far as doing any real damage. James passes, rejuvenates. He was confident enough to go in. I don't blame him at all with the hand that I saw. So let's see. Looks like I've got plenty of attack cards. Who is also going to go ahead and guess that I probably don't have a whole lot of way to make this happen. So what I probably should do is enter combat, go ahead and use pregame, make him, and apparently I forgot to use the mastery on the when entering. So I do. Come on. Okay.
Well, you're the one who went in, so you don't have to use pregame.
I should use pregame. I really should. There's no reason not to. I got to get the jump on him. It's the only way I'm going to be able to do anything. I have to get to level 4 and start raining down the pain. Come on, this isn't that hard. I don't know why I'm debating this so hard. What did I think I was going to do? Just go all out. Hopefully catch him. So I do not use pregame. Great. I have a lot of skips in my hand. I don't know why I didn't hold on to inspection drill.
No, it's not as big a deal. Okay. I'll open up with the first shot with spin kick. I'll lower your anger 1 level.
And destroy King Vegeta, hopefully.
I will destroy Turtles.
No, I should have killed King Vegeta. I just never noticed him. He just never made much of an impression on me the whole game. And time with my giant hand of attacks. You guys like the way that played out? You like how I had murder in my eyes?
No, that was from spin kicks thing.
Okay, so I get 1 from spin kick's own effect from the anger, another anger from the skip. I throw a Saiyan gut kick, so I force him to skip again. Okay, I get another action here. And nothing's really going on.
Yes, I'll just mastery.
Wow, nothing says I'm out of ideas like using the Oppressive's rejuvenation effect. Okay, ooh, nice. Nappa's energized charge.
No, you're right. 16.
Okay, it's somehow 16 power stages.
Plus 2 stages all like.
Wow, that is impressive. And now you guys know, like we said, why once we get consistent detaching for attach cards, this deck isn't anything special. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Saiyan power up, and I draw an utterly useless energy block. The perfect thing to draw in a suicide deck. Yeah, I'm at 50,000. It's amazing. For as long as we've been fighting, and the fact that I'm a level ahead and a whole other better personality, MP power level wise, I still cannot get significantly above Nappa for anything.
Can't do anything. Can't even hit you. You can't even make you skip.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't even make him skip. Would have been really neat to combine with sword skill.
Everything needs to hit to do his thing.
So basically, with no hits, I get nothing.
Just 6? Yep.
Okay, he throws a 6-stage clinch. He doesn't get any special bonuses or anything. Oh, wow. So,
5% double.
wow. And I take some hits that are really substantial. Terrible. So I take critical damage. I lower my anger 1 level. Clinches are out there by the ton. Okay, let's go back over. And a Nappa's energized strike is hitting me again. Ugh. I forget exactly if it's another 14, 16, something like that.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10? No, 16, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Wow, I took 16 power stages.
Are you sure I don't have to crit you to get rid of those? I feel like I should.
You know what the shitty thing is? He went in.
I know.
Well, come on, guys. We saw what hand I had. This should have been a slobber knocker in my own favor. Hit level 4 and just keep the rain in the pain. You know, just skip, hit, skip, hit, skip, hit, skip. Having a good time. Okay, combat finally ends after me taking a significant beating. And you'll notice I have 0 power stages. Very little incentive for James not to immediately follow up. And you're going to go ahead and see just that.
I can see his hair.
Almost have to go out of that.
Yeah, Okay, so there wasn't a whole lot there, so I don't blame him. I wouldn't have gone into that either. Just a wall breaker and a couple other cards, nothing to
Did you
note.
see how many attacks? And I did have an elbow drop.
Okay, and he's going to go ahead and pass.
Interesting.
And rejuvenate wall breaker. We're just talking about elbow drop, how we're not used to seeing it do so little. Yeah, it goes back over to me. I have a mild ability to enter combat, I think, with the hand that I have here. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. So here's a funny thing. I powered up my 4 stages. I have an energy attack that can... Oh, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say in pregame. I'm going to make that kind of tricky, I guess. Because I'm trying not to waste it. Yeah, okay, I get to gain 3 stages, rejuvenate a card. Like we said... Seeing if I'm going to use the draw and discard from the mastery. Yeah, I probably should have dropped that energy attack. It's really not going to serve much of a purpose. At least that's what I seem to be eyeing. Okay, I am going to go ahead and draw and discard. And what? What, did I draw another energy attack? A big fool of myself? Drop an elbow drop over that energy attack? Drop the energy attack! Stop debating! Getting upset at myself over here. And I dropped the elbow drop, son of a gun. Okay. James draws a block-rich hand. He's got 2, it's fine.
I'll go ahead and activate Saiyan Trap.
Okay, and Saiyan Trap goes off, and I want to say James is going to end up milling 2 cards because it affects all personalities. And this is good, so that I don't have to end up wasting the effect from Saiyan pregame, you know, by doubling it up with the skip that would generate from the mastery. So this is probably what I would want to do at this point. I'd want to go ahead and then at this point go ahead and use Saiyan Inspection Drill to generate... Okay, he skips, goes back to me. Should really use Saiyan Inspection Drill to force him to waste one of his blocks. Dang it! Look at me go, doing the dumb thing. Yeah, I do use elbow drop. Oh, I had 2 elbow drops, makes sense. Okay, a whole 50,000. Again, not astronomically above level 2 Nappa. Okay, it does hit. It ends up... Okay, I raise my anger to 4 at this point because the skip that would have come from it. The elbow drop. Okay, and I happen to end up with enough power stages to fire off Saiyan Chest Burst. That's the one that's going to make him skip, but it also can only be stopped by energy combat cards. That's kind of neat. Thematically, it's like, oh, this blast occurs simply too close to you to be able to be stopped any other way. That's kind of neat, I guess. So I ended up doing virtually no damage. This is James observing again about how he's hit so much endurance and had all the right blocks that I have not been able to do critical damage. That's why I have a pair of sword skills on me this late in the game. I finally hit doggone level 4.
Oh, and time actually kept...
Oh, and my drill fell off. There it is. And I still got an elbow drop out there, so that's kind of nice. So James probably going to throw his level 2 Nappa. No, nice. He skips. I throw another elbow drop. This is time for James to start whipping out them blocks.
You don't say.
You don't say. Alright, doesn't hit me. So I get to go. You know what?
I suppose he could mastery?
I'll go ahead and I'll smack you for 4 stages. Raising my anger 1.
You said it would hit me for 4?
4, yeah.
Okay, so it hits me for 4 power stages.
Hey, destroy drill.
Oh gosh, apparently I'm too dumb enough. I'm just dumb enough, rather, to want to waste my physical block. I was like, hold on to that. Who the heck cares? I can keep hitting him and making him skip and gain stages. Who cares?
I guess I'll go ahead and mastery.
No, don't mastery. Vegeta power. Oh, because I'm out of anger.
I'm just trying to think. Yeah, because that'll make you skip this next time.
Oh, no. I do end up with an anger. Okay. Okay, there we go.
And then I have enough anger to...
Woo! Okay, so I balanced it all out. So I did end up with 1 anger from the block. That's why I used it. So I could use his lower my anger 1 to draw a card. So neat. Okay, he's gonna go and stop it with Saiyan and Rage. Neat.
I saw every single block you took.
Well, we actually counted it out. All the blocks are in the discard pile at this point. The discard pile's all blocks. It's kind of nuts. Look at that. Look at how many blocks are in the discard pile. So to say he didn't draw a lot of blocks would be kind of silly.
And 1 outrage.
And I'm all out of attacks, unfortunately, because of course the way that everything's set up, I managed to just perfectly run out. So he uses his Mastery Rejuvenate 1, I lose 2 power stages, which is fine. And use my illegal move, boo, hiss. I do use Prep Ball, even though I'm the baddest of the bad guys.
Grab a Saiyan power up.
Okay,
4 life cards.
it'll be 4 life cards, and he should hit and skip, but I should really just gain 2 stages. I really...
Skip.
What?
And then
Wait, no. Reevaluate. Ah, darn it.
makes you skip. Goes back to me. I'm going to use Saiyan power up. I'm going to grab a bottom card.
Okay, I grab Saiyan Power Up, grab the bottom card. I think it's a face strike, and it's just beyond useless at this
Was your
point.
hand all blocks is what I'm asking.
So I think I sense death approaching, and I just throw a face strike just for fun to raise my anger 2 levels, just because, you know, the I'm asking, did you draw all blocks?
Okay, so you're in E to B
Okay, so E to B ain't terrible.
4. So it's gonna be 4 stages.
A whole 4 stages, people. That's why I'm still wearing my 2 sword skills. Okay, and it's going to go ahead and lower my anger 2 levels on the hit, and then ultimately leave me with 1 because of the skip.
Now the question is,
If I was James, I'd hold on to Saiyan and Rage. Pre-game's nice. I don't know. Well, he's going to go with pre-game. Yeah, you guys have never seen anybody work harder to do less damage. More actions, more physicals, everything being thrown, and just straight goose eggs across the board there.
I think it's time I show you how we really do this.
Oh, wow. Look at how much death is in his hands. All his flat stage physicals.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and draw you in.
Are you going to activate Mastery or this?
You know, there's no reason to do that quite yet.
Okay.
You know what? I will.
Okay, he's going to go ahead and activate pregame as when entering effect. He's going to go ahead and rejuvenate the top card of his discard pile. And then gain some stages. Which isn't too bad. Okay, and then of course I do have to skip my first action. So James here should get 2 uninterrupted actions.
Ooh, I drew the deadest hand. You know.
Oh wow, look at that. And an energy block, all that crud.
Nappa for 4 stages.
Okay, he throws Nappa's level 1 for 4 stages.
Actually, I don't. It's not gonna be 4 stages. It's only gonna be 2.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh, he's got a level 2 or level 3 Nappa going on here with that 14 stage bare minimum physical with clinch on.
Yep, we're getting an anger one. And
I did have to skip my first action, so I took my hit and apparently just tried to go on with my life. Yeah, James has lots of options here. Let's see what he's going to go ahead and do as a
oh no, I
follow-up.
did, and I rejuvenated it. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Are there any attached cards that boost up my damage? For Saiyans? I don't think so.
Or for me.
Nothing like an absurdly low damage Suicide Saiyan deck.
See what your next action.
Okay, he's going to go ahead and throw Skull Jab. The awesome looking promo Skull Jab.
It's just a promo score.
I don't think he ended up with it. Oh, there it is. Surprise? I forget the name of this one. Saiyan Surprise? I forget what it is. But he gets to go ahead and rejuvenate his styled Saiyan.
But if I had Vegeta or Turtles, it'd be 3 life plus 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it would be 3 plus 8.
Well, it hit me in the wrong order, man. Ow.
Wow, managed to not grab.
The mastery has been used.
That's gonna make you skip.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. And then this
Okay, he gets to go ahead and shuffle his Skull Jab on the hit. Unfortunately, the Mastery now does trigger because you remember he only threw Nappa's physical on level 2 to get here. So no, he does still get his Mastery
I figure I
skip.
can get it with the mastery. No, it was the intimidation. Eruption. There we go. The one that can ditch for 10 stages, right?
Pretty good. So fortunately,
So we're in an interesting position here.
Full stages. I don't know why.
what's your problem?
Problems are not dead.
Because I'm bald this way, everybody is this way.
Okay, let's see what we got here. What's James' follow-up? Looks like he's probably going to try to wear down my hand. There it is.
12 stages?
Ow. Well, let's see. So,
Android Armbreaker hits me and gets its stage damage doubled. Hits me for a whopper of a hit. No endurance found.
that's where the endurance was hiding. Ow. Ow.
And I'm at straight goose egg 0. And I finally have an action at this point. At least I think I do.
Don't let him do it to you, Chief.
I will go ahead and I guess Vegeta's physical.
He's gonna take it right
Do
over
get
there.
killed by
Oh, dang it. I have 1 life card left, and I'm using Vegeta's physical as level 4. Yeah, I'm probably just going to go ahead and suicide here,
Don't
folks.
give him the satisfaction.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna.
Take it in your own hands.
Oh dang it!
Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, folks. So, in the coming OP season, do not rule out Nappa. He'll show you what's up.